From a hydraulic point of view, two clearly different situations may be distinguished in Tenerife. On the one hand, there are the areas with an abundance of groundwater production. These are mostly on the slopes of the island's dorsal ridge, where the majority of the gallery mouths are located. On the other hand, there are the consumer areas, mostly located at lower altitudes. The greater part of the population live on the coastal strip, and it is also here that most irrigated agriculture is situated. These territorial differences have made it necessary to distinguish 17 hydraulic areas in the island. In order to balance the supply-producing areas with the shortfall areas, a considerable amount of water is conveyed from one area to another. The main transfers are from Anaga to Santa Cruz, from the valleys of Lorotava and Guimar to the Santa Cruz and La Laguna area. The waters from La Guancha and Icod to the northwest and southwest of the island, and from Fasnia to the southernmost point. Each of these conveyance routes consists of several more or less parallel channels following the contours at different heights on the mountain slopes. Their capacity is generally in the order of several hundred litres per second. Many of the channels are more than 70 years old and were built of concrete. They run for many kilometres and often cross extremely abrupt terrain, a fact that made their construction very difficult. The main network is complemented by a secondary system that carries water to the irrigation, distribution networks and the regulating reservoirs. Altogether, there are some 1,200 conduits, with a total length of more than 4,000 kilometres. Up to the 1960s, practically the whole island network of water conveyance was in private hands. With a drop in profitability and an increase in social demands in the 70s, the public sector began to intervene with a view to improving the water supply to the main urban areas. In the 1980s, the public sector became the principal investor as a result of new needs, such as the extension of the conveyance network due to changes in the origin and destination of the water, as well as the adaptation of the type of conduit according to use, and the improvement in efficiency of the system. To service the metropolitan area, a closed conduit was built from Los Donajos to Los Baldios. For the reuse of treated water, the pipeline from Santa Cruz to the south of the island was built. And so were those that connected the treatment plants of Las Américas to Valle San Lorenzo and Guía de Esoro, Santiago del Teide. Likewise, the conveyance of water from Barranco de Santos to Tegueste and Valle de Guiera became a reality, which will be strengthened with the new reservoir at Los Campitos and transfers from Taodio. Seawater desalination plants are becoming an important additional resource. Some, such as those at Santa Cruz and Adeje Arona, are already online, while others, such as those at Granadilla and Guía de Esoro, are now starting to operate. The island's system of water conveyance makes it possible to compensate the differences between areas and for Tenerife to function as a sole hydrological system. This, in turn, enables the integrated management of the resources and greater guarantees in the supply of water.